Hi, this is Sarah Crawford, and I'm completing our fictitious scenario that we started earlier, and it is for week 8 assignment. And my person that is helping me is Jeffrey Keithley. Jeffrey, do you understand that we are going to be completing a fictitious scenario today and that you will be representing a fictitious character?
Yes.
Okay. Is that all right with you?
Yes.
Okay, we will begin now. Hello, it's nice to see you again.
Nice to see you again.
How have things been going since the last time we met?
Well, I've taken action on a few steps. I have gone to the local office that you referred me to get help with a resume,
That's wonderful.
and I've had a resume completed.
Okay.
I haven't had a chance to apply for any jobs yet.
Okay, well, that's what we were going to work on today.
Yes. I've also gone to the local county attorney's office and spoke with them about the child support, and there's a court date set up soon for that as well.
Wonderful. You've been very busy.
Yes.
How are things going with your children at home?
Still struggling. They haven't seen their mother for several months now, and the oldest child's still struggling. No contact, no phone calls or anything from their mother.
So the children have not heard from their mother still since the last time we met?
No, they still haven't.
Have you had any contact from your ex-wife?
No, I have not.
Okay. So there's been no contact from any other person related to her to give information to the children or even say hello to them?
No.
Well, that would be understandable that would be a difficult thing to be dealing with right now with your children.
Mm-hmm.
Have you had any problems with their behavior changing as a result of everything that's going on?
There has been a couple of calls from school for the oldest one, as far as their behavior, fights and arguments with teachers. So.
And that's something that's very difficult. When you think back to before, were these problems that you saw previously with school, or are these new problems that are occurring?
New problems.
Okay. So that can be something that can be difficult to handle. Children react so differently to things, and their way of coping with things can sometimes be negative.
Yes.
Have you found any programs or anything that can help you once you become employed through the school system or otherwise that might be able to assist you with your care of your children?
I have heard of one program that's after school. It's Monday through Friday.
Wonderful.
I believe it's called Lighthouse.
Okay. Yes, those are funded programs that we have in the school system. Gives children a place to go in the afternoons, which offers a snack and homework help and even some recess and playtime.
Yes.
To kind of keep them busy and going, to help those parents that work those hours. Have you thought about anything that you might need outside of those hours if your work schedule requires you to work beyond that time frame?
Especially days that school's out will be one issue. Also, if there's school cancellation for weather, I would have nowhere to take them.
Have you ever considered daycares?
Yes, but I've never really thought or looked into.
Okay.
As far as also cost would be a big issue.
Oh, yes. Child care facilities are run by the state. So if you choose a daycare, they do have to follow those regulations, which can kind of give you more of a peace of mind.
Okay.
With that being said, there are programs set up to help those parents that struggle, that are in school or that are working or both, that struggle with paying those high daycare costs, especially on a limited income.
Okay.
The program that we can look into is Child Care Assistance Program. We can apply for that once we know what your work schedule will be and your rate of pay.
Okay.
And they will look into those things, and the amount that you will pay the daycare will be determined based on your income level.
Okay.
So it's not going to be anything outside of that.
Okay.
And a lot of times those lighthouse programs at school can provide transportation to your home or to a location like that.
Okay.
So if you are working a little later, or maybe it is a snow day, or it's summer break, you'd have a place for your kids to go that would be reputable, that you could trust, and you wouldn't have to worry about their well-being.
Okay.
and hopefully would be something that would be affordable for you.
Yes.
Now, you said that you had met with the local child support office, your county attorney's
Correct.
office?
Yes.
Okay. What things have they determined for you right now?
Basically that they are going to go after the back child support
Okay.
for the months that have not been paid,
Okay.
and also I guess enforce the payments that I should receive.
Okay. So the current child support payments based on
Yes.
that schedule.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's wonderful. So that's something that can kind of alleviate a little bit of that stress to help you to know that you will be getting some type of assistance here soon as far as
Right.
with the child support once it resumes.
Yes.
And they're very good at finding people, so hopefully they'll be able to track her down and you can figure out what's been going on and be able to move forward from there. Now, I do know that you had some concerns related to some of your bills that have gotten behind as a
Yes.
result of not receiving that child support.
Yes.
Are you still feeling those stressors right now?
Well, as far as the rent goes, our landlord's been very uh, courteous, I guess, to our needs. Been very willing to work with us, and our utilities have gotten behind though,
Okay.
and we received a cutoff notice for our electric and
Okay.
such. So we are struggling with the utility bills, but the landlord has been willing to work with us.
Well, that's great that they're willing to set up a payment plan with you to be able to pay that back rent and catch it up.
Yes.
We do have programs here, which we spoke briefly about before, and I told you the different things you would need to bring with you.
Yes.
Proof of your social security cards. We do have no income forms that we've given you before when you were here last time. And the child support order, even though you've not received anything, we do have to have a copy of that and the children's information. So having all those things and the disconnect notice, were you able to bring that with you today?
Everything with me.
We can apply for a program which is called LIHEAP. It's Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program. And it helps people in the winter to pay their utility bills that can be kind of high as they go up in the winter when we're using more of those services. It makes the usage higher, which makes the payments that are required higher.
Right.
So having this type of program, we could apply, and you're actually able to apply multiple times.
Okay.
So it's a program that it does cap off at $400, but you can apply up to 4 times to receive that assistance.
Oh well.
And it could pay your entire utility bill, sometimes giving you a copay.
Okay.
We can apply for that today before you leave, and we'll get that ball rolling so that you won't have to worry about that right now on top of everything else that's going on.
Okay.
Now, with the employment, have you had any thoughts on what you were interested in looking for as far as what you would like to do now that you have a resume?
I looked into maybe some manufacturing jobs.
Okay.
Since there's so much industry in the area.
Okay.
Other than that, no. With no experience, I don't.
Now, the no experience, I know can understand that might feel like a deterrent there, but it really, a lot of the jobs like you're speaking about require a high school education, which you have.
Yes.
Many of those do have opportunities where they will be willing to train you and get you going into the position, and a lot of them have room for growth. So we can look into those, and there are some companies that do hire for set shifts, where you can get a shift which would be easier to maintain with your children as well. So we can look into those things and see what we can find where you might be able to get on some type of first shift position somewhere to get some extra income coming into your household so that you can catch up those other things that are behind. Now, with the employment part, with us looking into that part, I know you had talked briefly before about education being something that you were interested in doing.
Yes.
That you were interested in pursuing some type of degree or looking into going back to school again.
Yes.
Is that something that you're still interested in doing?
Yes. I've always had an interest in computers. And, I've looked into certificates and training in that. Also, going back to school in general.
Okay. Does open many doors.
Yes.
Which can make the opportunities, and especially if you're interested in going into an industry field, there are a lot of computer positions available in a lot of those places, and a lot of those places do have IT departments. There are many grants and things that are available that you can apply for that could pay for for a big part of your education.
Okay.
And there are, of course, loans that are available. We can look into those things as well today.
Okay.
And we can sit down and see what we can find as far as schools that would work for you, and apply for some of those jobs and take care of some of the utility bills that are getting behind.
Okay.
And then
great.
we will, once we finish that, we'll set up a meeting so that we can meet again and see how things are progressing.
Okay, sounds great. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.